So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be learning about exponents today. You guys have so the exponents is what we're learning about. You guys already know about expanded form. If you remember expanded form, that's the thing where you had like 300 plus 20 plus 3 in order to write 323. That's your expanded form, and standard form is whenever you just write 323. So we're going to take this a step further. You are going to need your dictionary because we have some new vocabulary words for you to add in. So the first vocabulary word you're going to add in is base. That's a number to be multiplied. So this 6 here, this is the base of that. And then you also have the exponent, the number that tells you how many times the base is used as a factor. So there's 3 right there, and you can see what the problem actually would be 6 times 6 times 6, or 6 3 different times. Pause the video if you need to in order to get this written down. Okay, on to the next page. So if I were to write these equations as exponents, I go, okay, here's 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 9s, so this would be 9 to the 4th power. This one I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 3s, so this would be 3 to the 3rd power. So now what I want you to do is stop the video and try this out really quick. Just do the two problems. So go ahead, stop the video. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 5s, so that's going to be 5 to the 4th power. I have 1, 2, 3 14s, so that's going to be 14 to the 3rd power. Okay, now we need to be able to go the other direction. So if I take 10 to the 4th power, what does that actually mean? Well, that means I have 10 4 times. So 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. So 10 times 10 is 100 times 10 is 1,000 times 10 is going to be 10,000. Okay, I have 8 to the 6th power, so I go ahead and reveal that, and that's going to be 8 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to do 8 times 8 times 8 times 8 times 8 times 8 and make it grow exponentially. That's where that term comes from. Okay, so now go ahead, stop the video. I want you to try these two out. Now that you've tried those two out, you're going to take 4 and take it to the 6th power. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 4s here. So 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. Okay, this one you have 10 to the 3rd power. So you have 10 times 10 times 10 3 times. So 10 times 10 times 10. Let's continue on here. Now, these we're supposed to write in standard form. Now, one of the ways I kind of tend to think about it is I write it in exponential form, then I do expanded form, and then I'm able to make it into my my next form. So if I take 12 squared, if you've ever heard anybody say squared, you think about a square. And with a square, you take what? 12. You take the side multiplied by the other side in order to get the area of the square. Well, that's kind of what we're doing here. We're taking the 12 and we're multiplying it by the 12. So the standard form of this one would actually be 144. Okay? For the next one, I would have 10 3 different times. So I'd have 10 times 10, which is 100, times 10, which would be 1,000. So my answer for this one would be 1,000. For this one, I have 2 to the 6th power. So I would go ahead and I'd take 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. Oh dear, here we go. Times 2 is going to be 32, times 2 is going to be 64. So my answer to this one would be 64. All right, now it's your turn to try it. So go ahead, try and come out with what would the answer be to these three problems. Go ahead, stop the video and try it out. Let's see how you did. 5 to the 4th power. So the math problem that you'd end up with 5 4 times. So 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125, and 125 times 5, 125 times 5. Oh, let's do this. 125 times 5. So 5 times 5 is 25. And 5 times 2, that's 10. So I got 1 up there. So that's going to be a 0. And that's going to be a 2. So that would be 205 would be the answer for that one. This next one is 7 to the 2nd power. So it just would be 7 times 7. Then this next one is 3 cubed. Now, whenever we talk about a cube, we're talking about something that's three-dimensional. Okay, I don't have a cube here apparently. It's three-dimensional. So notice that it's 3. Squared is two-dimensional because squares are two-dimensional. Cubed is three-dimensional. So that's going to be 3 3 times. So 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. So your answer to this one should have been 27. Okay, so this one, they want you to try it out, and they want you to put 8 times 8 times 8 in exponential form. So go ahead, stop the video, and write it down quick. Okay, so that's going to be 8 to the 3rd power. Hopefully this is making sense. So your homework assignment for today is going to be page 71, and you're going to do 8 through 34. All of it deals with exponents.